Cash solves a lot of problems, my friend. It either helps you hire that web developer you've been eyeing, probably helps you pay yourself, I don't know. Maybe it helps you invest in some real estate property you've been thinking about. But the opportunity to double and triple your cash does not come from hustle. It comes from strategy. Hey, brand builder, welcome to yet another episode. Today we're talking about the 3 M's that you need to consider when you're trying to make the leap from being bootstrapped to cash comfortable. My name is Maureen Mwangi. I am a brand growth strategist, and I help product-based entrepreneurs by teaching them the sales and marketing strategies they need to turn their beloved product brands into a household name. So when you're bootstrapping, you're pretty much starting from scratch, right? You're taking your savings, you're putting everything that you're using everything that you've put aside into your business. So how do you make that leap from being bootstrapped to cash comfortable? The 3 M's you need to consider. The first M is learning how to manage your mind. This is a concept that was taught to me by my previous mentor, Chris Kenny, from Chris Kenny Coaching. And I really want to extend that teaching to you because it changed the game for me. So this is what I learned. Our brains are made up of 2 parts, the conscious part of our brain and the subconscious part of our brain. The subconscious part of our brain is responsible for making 96 to 98% of the decisions in our lives. So it's pretty much like the engine of our lives. And then we have the conscious part of our brain that is responsible for making about 2 to 4% of the decisions in our lives. But every single time you have a new idea, the idea of starting a business, the idea of becoming a thought leader, the idea of potentially becoming a content creator, whatever this new idea you have is going to land in the conscious part of your brain. Remember, it's only responsible for 2 to 4% of the decisions in your life. That thought has to travel down the subconscious part of our brain that is pretty much the engine. It's pretty much like the warehouse that has stored all the information and all the programming that we have experienced in our lives. So depending on how you grew up, depending on the conditioning you have had in the past, all that is stored in your subconscious part of your brain. And now that new idea has to fight for itself within that space. And that is when you start experiencing fear, doubt, and worry. Why? Because you have triggered something in your brain. Something that makes you uncomfortable or something that you had. For me, I can give you an example. I was born and raised in Kenya. And in Kenya, it's pretty much a cash economy. You either have the money or you don't have the money. So the idea of me getting a credit card to invest in my business was absolutely foreign. Like, it just did not make sense. The math was not mathing. And so my mentor is telling me that, hey, Maureen, in order for you to take that leap of faith, in order for you to create what you're trying to create, in order for you to deliver the value and offer the transformation you want to give to your potential clients, you have to invest in yourself. At that point in time, I did not have the money on hand. I did not have the cash. The only way I was going to access that funding is through leveraging debt. And remember, I do not have a credit card. So my biggest rule that I had to break is the idea of leveraging debt. So that thought, the fact that I grew up in a place where it was either you have the money or not, and now you're telling me to get a credit card. So the first thing that was triggered, the first circumstance that happened is I was literally very scared. And then I began rationalizing, LIES, and telling myself that this is not the right time. Let me wait. Let me secure some more cash in my bank account. Let me have the money and then I'll come and pay you when I have it. And unfortunately, when you do that, you move to a stage where you begin blaming things. You begin saying, oh my God, I have so many bills. I don't think this is the right time. And at that moment, you've relinquished your power. And once you relinquish your power, you have literally lost the game. And this is what my mentor told me. This is the pattern that happens. And this is the reason why a lot of people stay stuck. So I gave that example to show you that everybody has a rule that they're living by. And in order for you to create the results that you truly want, you have to break that rule. So my question for you right now is, what is that rule that is holding you back? Could it be a fear of showing up? That resonates with me a lot because in my culture, kids were to be seen and not heard, meaning you had no voice. So who am I to show up in this world and share my perspective and stand up for something? If you're experiencing that, that is a rule you need to break. And that's the thing you need to go after in order to accelerate your cash, because you could potentially be hiding behind your graphics. And like I say, graphics don't build brands. It's your conviction that builds brands. It's a conviction that creates a community. So whatever your rule is, you know what it is. Think about it and give yourself the opportunity this time to break that rule in order for you to create the exponential leaps that you're looking for. Once you've done that, we now move into managing your money. And what does it look like when you're managing your money as a product-based entrepreneur? First of all, we all have to set a profitability goal. It's okay to make money and it's okay to keep money. It's okay. You are a business owner for a reason. Allow yourself to keep some money. Allow yourself to pay yourself. Like literally, make that profitability goal. How much profit do I want to take home this year? Once you've done that, you will have a baseline towards what your revenue should look like. Work with your accountant, work with your financial advisor to help you determine what that revenue should look like if you want to make a certain profit amount. And then begin to pay yourself. My product-based business owners, please make sure that you're factoring your labor costs. Please make sure that you're paying yourself a market-based wage. Why? Because you are still part of this business. And if you don't include your salary into your operating expenses, you're literally not releasing or not showing the true financial situation in your business. And I want you to really start paying yourself market-based wages. Then assess what are the operating expenses that you have in your business. What are those fixed expenses? What are those variable expenses? And then begin to save for the down months. Every business experiences seasonality. And I want you to create cash reserves so that you can continue running your business even through the slow months. You know what your best months require, and you also know what your low months require. This is your chance to start setting aside cash reserves that can support you during the slow seasons. That is how you manage your money. And you're not going to be able to multiply your cash if you cannot manage what you have on hand. Then now, once you've learned how to manage your money, learned how to manage your brain, then you're ready to start mastering the methods, ready to start implementing the strategies. And as you can see, how I've laid them out is the sequence that I recommend people to follow. When many people come to me, they really want the strategy, they really want the action. But everything starts with your brain. Then it starts with how you're managing the little that you have. And then it comes to mastering your method and amplifying the efforts. When you're mastering your methods, what strategies do you need to think about? The first thing you really need to think about is, are you maximizing the lifetime value of the customer that you are acquiring? Why? Because many a times we can get caught up in this whole thing of acquisition of customers. Are you surprising and delighting that one customer that you get the very first moment? Are you upselling them into something new? Are you thinking about their customer journey? Because that is what creates profitability. And you can do this from a consumer level, but you can also do this from an account level. Meaning, if you have a wholesale account, are you getting reorders from that same account, or are you constantly just getting a new account over and over again? I really want you to maximize the lifetime value of anything that you have in your business. And then you also now need to think about, are you selling high-end margin items? It doesn't have to be high-end premium, but are you selling items that have a high margin within your business? Or are you discounting those products all the time? Because in order for you to make money, in order for you to become a successful business owner, you have to sell products that are bringing in some profit into your bank account. Profit is what allows you to get into retail stores. Profit is what allows you to hire a team. Profit is what allows you to scale. Are you prioritizing the selling of products that have a high profit margin? And then, are you offering your audience multiple ways to purchase your products? Are you potentially bundling items? Are you giving them cross-promotional items? Like, really, what are you doing within your portfolio to help people buy more from you? Those are the methods. Those are some of the methods you can consider if you really want to make that leap from being bootstrapped to cash comfortable. So as you listen to me talk in this video, I really want you to identify what's one thing that I need to do in order to manage my mind, what's one thing that I need to do in order to manage my cash, and what's one method that I need to implement right now. And once you've done that, I really want you to watch this video that's going to pop up on your screen, where I'm really talking about the 3 profit stages of a product-based business owner, and I'm showing you the essential strategies that you need to focus on at each growth stage. And with that, I'll see you in the next video, my friend. Bye-bye.